lifeline.
60 dangerous behaviors that can destroy any marriage. Number 21, and that number 21 is sexual denial. Sexual denial. Sex is one of the most important aspects of marriage. It's supposed to bind you together. It's supposed to bring intimacy into that marriage. It's supposed to be full of fun. It's supposed to be full of joy. It's supposed to bring a turnaround to your marriage. But you see what? Devil is very cunning. Devil is very, very cunning. He has been using this thing that's supposed to build up your marriage to destroy it. You must never allow sexual denial in your marriage. Sit down to talk about sex in marriage with your spouse. Sit down. Always remember that devil likes premarital sex. Devil likes extramarital sex. But devil hates marital sex. Number 22 is stonewalling. Stonewalling in marriage simply means you build a stone around yourself. You are impregnable. You are untouchable. You don't have any emotion again for your wife, for your husband. That is the level where people get to, that they can bring out a knife and stab the one they used to love. That's the level people get to, that they carry gun and shoot the one they love. They stone wall. They build a wall of stone around themselves. Another one is avoidance. When you begin to avoid each other, or you are avoiding issues that you're supposed to discuss. You are avoiding issues you're supposed to discuss. Some couples, they don't talk about money. That's avoidance. They don't talk about it. Some, they mutually discuss that they will not be talking about sex. So they are not talking about it. They are fighting about it, but they are not talking about it. Some is about their siblings. Don't talk about my brother. Don't talk about my sister. My sister. Some is about their parent. No. I don't want to hear about my mother. Don't talk about my father. Number 24, which is silent treatment. They are fighting, but they will not talk. It's very close to avoidance, but avoidance is deeper. Silent treatment is, instead of you saying, this is what is wrong with me, you will not talk, you just keep quiet. The way your wife or husband will know that you are hot is when you are not talking. We call it silent treatment. Number 25 is retaliation. Retaliation. In your marriage, you are either retaliating or you are reconciling. You will do one. Everybody is either you are retaliating. In one of our episodes, I told you that retaliation normally leads to retaliation. Retaliation normally leads to retaliation, and they come in degree. If you retaliate with 10 degrees, your spouse will retaliate in 20 degrees. If your spouse retaliates in 20 degrees, you are going to get it back in 50 degrees. Then your spouse will return in 90 degrees. And the thing goes on like that until retaliation leads to retaliation, and retaliation leads to retaliation, and end up in destruction.
Family life.
You are welcome again. This is Family Lifeline. And my name is Bisi Adewale, your family coach. I'm happy to have you around again and thank you for welcoming me into your living room. I know that today the Lord God will speak to you. About 2 weeks ago, I started talking to you about 60 behaviors, negative behaviors that can destroy any marriage. I've spoken about 30 of them. Please go straight to my YouTube channel at Bisi Adewale to watch all the 30 behaviors that can destroy any marriage. Today, I'll be talking about some other behaviors starting from number 31. One of the most difficult thing to handle as far as behavior is concerned that can destroy any marriage is public disgrace, public embarrassment. You see, when a man and his wife are having difficulties in their marriages, if they are still civil, if they still have honor to cover themselves in the public, to recover will be very easy. But when marriage gets to the level of public disgrace, public embarrassment, it will only take God to recover that marriage. I was in a church somewhere around Oshodi several years ago for a program. At a stage, I told all couples to rise up. If you are there in church, go and meet your wife and say, I love you. I will care for you. Every husband in the church left to go and look for their wives, except one man. That man did not get up. People began to tell me, Mr. Okoro did not get up. Mr. Okoro, I can never forget his name. Mr. Okoro did not get up. I said, who is Mr. Okoro? He didn't answer. So I look at the pastor. I said, Pastor, who is Mr. Okoro? They now pointed him to me. That is the man. And I went to him. I said, Mr. Okoro, why can't you go and meet your wife? She said, this is my wife. I don't need to go and meet her. She's sitting beside me here. I said, then rise up and tell her, I love you. He said, I don't love her. I hate her. I hate her. I've even called her family to go and take her away. I will bond her. This wicked woman. The whole church was dumbfounded in the presence of the whole world. The woman began to cry. Public disgrace. I've seen it severally. I was in a church in Abuja for a program, and I said the same thing. Tell your husband I love you. Husband and wife were sitting beside each other. There was a particular woman, the wife of the assistant pastor. She was not sitting down with the husband. She came from the back where she was seated. A church of more than 4,000 capacity. She didn't sit down beside the husband, but she came. And she stood before the husband and said, nothing. I said, tell your husband I love you. He didn't say anything. She just backed the husband like this. So people were shouting, Pastor's wife is not saying anything. So I looked back, I looked at the altar. I said, Pastor's wife, assistant pastor, what happened? Why are you not telling your husband I love you? He said, I don't love this man. Enough of pretense. This man is a wicked man. This man is a bad man. I will never forgive him. You see, when your marriage gets to the realm of public disgrace, public embarrassment, you know what you are going to do? You embarrass your spouse and you embarrass yourself. You'll be more embarrassed. It is more civilized to keep your trouble under the roof. It is wiser to keep your trouble at home and don't export it abroad. It's a bad habit, bad behavior that destroys any marriage. Number 32 is when you are using abusive word. Abuses is number 32. Some people are just bad with their tongues. They will slice their wife into pieces. They will slice their husband into pieces. They abuse, they accuse, they slander, they condemn, they criticize. They say all manner of things against their wife. It's a childish behavior. Please don't do it. Another one is number 33 is POP, pride of performance. If you have been following me in this telecast, you will discover that I kept on referring to POP. POP is pride of performance. It's not plaster of Paris. POP will make you believe that you know it all. You don't need to learn again. You don't need to read again. A lot of men that are in POP level, they hate counseling and counselors. They will never seek help, even if they are dying. They will carry their motor vehicle to mechanic. They will call a plumber for their toilet. They will call a vulcanizer for their tire. But to see a counselor, to read a marriage book is trouble for them. And it shows how unwise they are, how foolish they are. Because it takes only a foolish person to be die. And the answer is available, solution is available, and you are not pursuing it. POP will destroy your marriage. Run away from it. Number 34 is phone coding. When you are fond of always coding your phone, some people have 2-3 layers of coding phone. Another way people even code phone is to code the names of people on their phone. One woman told me the husband will always code the phone, Angel 1, Angel 2, Angel 3. One man told me the husband normally use the name of bank. So one day, somebody called, and when she saw First Bank, the woman picked the call. So, why is bank calling my husband? Immediately she picked the call. It was the voice of a lady. Hello, sweetheart. And I said, are you First Bank? The man said, I'm not First Bank. Oh. The woman said, I'm not a First Banker. I'm not working in a bank. And that is to say, that is where he is banking his money. Foolishly, he exposed himself, his infidelity. Stop coding your phone. Stop coding your phone. A good man is transparent. A good woman is honest. A good woman is very open. Another one is competition. Competition. Olympic spirit is a spirit of family destruction. God actually brought you together to work as a team and to win as a team. That was the reason why you are together. But when you begin to fight, you see, every marriage is a team. But the kind of team yours is will eventually be revealed. It's either you are working as a team or you are warring in your team. It's either you are working as a team or you are warring in your team. I prefer to work as a team. In fact, that's what brought me thus far. I work as a team. As I'm recording this, my wife is around the corner doing 1 or 2 things, arranging everything we're supposed to do. We work as a team. The ministry belongs to both of us. Our businesses belong to both of us. Our houses belong to both of us. Everything belongs to both of us. Every project, every property, everything that must be receipted, everything that deserves receipt carries the name of both of us. Even microwave oven. We are not in competition. We are in a union. We are in communion. We are a godly community. We are a team. That is what your marriage is supposed to be. Stop worrying in your team. Get up and bring union. Make your union strong to the glory of God. Number 36 is stinginess. Stinginess is a situation whereby you only remember you when it gets to the issue of money. I know a young man who always finds it difficult to drop even 1,000 naira for his wife. The wife will always call us then to beg the husband to drop money to buy the baby's food, baby's formula. Wow, everything, ordinary pap, ogi. It is very difficult for this young man. Stinginess, to drop the money. He was very stingy. Don't be stingy. Number 37 is extravagancy. The opposite of stinginess is extravagancy. Some people will not stop spending until they exhaust every 1 kobo in their account. That is the opposite, and it is very dangerous. It will destroy your marriage. You must not be stingy. You must not be extravagant. I will be back shortly.
Family Lifeline.
Number 38 behavior that can destroy any marriage is reporting. Some people are not reporting for CNN, they are not reporting for BBC, but they are better than all these reporters. Everything that happens in their families, they report. They report to colleagues, to friends, to families, to fans, on the Facebook. We have some men, you can't sit down with them for 20 minutes before they start talking about their wives, as if their wife is the worst wife in the world. It's childish. It's immaturity. It's a sign of immaturity. We have a lot of boys and girls, a lot of babies that are married. But marriage is meant for the married people who can shoulder responsibility, who can face their battle and win it, instead of reporting to people. Come to think of it. The people you are reporting to, who told you that their own spouses are better than your own spouses, or they are better than the spouse you married? You need to buy wisdom, and you never sell it. You need to equip yourself with better understanding. Many people, they lack this understanding. Another one is shouting, number 39. We have a lot of immature people in marriage. Before anything happens, they will be shouting. To communicate for 10 minutes, they will shout. You will not kill me. You will not. I used to have a neighbor like that. When anything that happens, you will hear their voices rising. Anytime your voice is rising in marriage, always know that you are behaving like primary school student. It is in primary school that we normally write the name of noisemaker. You are a noisemaker. You are shouting as if you are a baby. You are throwing tantrum as if you are a toddler. Please don't shout in your marriage except if the house is on fire. Don't shout. You should not shout. Number 40, which is the last one in this episode. No, we are going to 60. I will continue in the next episode. So number 40 is opposite sex connection. Opposite sex connection is another dangerous thing. You know, we have a lot of men and women out there. Their best friends are opposite sex. If you are married, your best friend should be your wife or people of your sexes. Or people of your sexes. You have to disconnect from every opposite sex. And any opposite sex that must be close to you, your wife or your husband must be aware. Who is she? Who is he? What are you doing together? What kind of business and to what level? And to the person should know, we know that you are married and everything you are doing together must be totally open to your wife. You know what I've done in my life and ministry is every woman that are close to me, people that were my friend before I got married, they are now best friends of my wife. We hardly talk nowadays. We hardly relate. And they are still the best friend of my wife. They relate. At times, you will not even remember that it was me that they were my friends. That covered my marriage. That preserved my marriage. That preserved my integrity and make me more credible before my wife, before the children, before anybody around me. So please, no opposite sex should be your confidant apart from your wife. That is what makes marriage work. Anything contrary to that will be a bad behavior. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you greatly for joining me today. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram account and Twitter at Bisi Adewale. Also to listen and to watch the past telecast, especially the last 2-3 weeks of this episode. Please kindly go to my YouTube channel at Bisi Adewale. Subscribe to it and put on the notification. Thank you for joining me today. Remember, your family life is very important. Take good care of your marriage.
Family Lifeline.